this presentation, we're going to look at time and how time is represented in a story. Remember that up until now, we've looked at short sentences or brief paragraphs, and we looked at how the position of the narrator or the focalizer in time terms was expressed through a number of linguistic features, and those are namely the deictic elements. So we noticed, for example, how adverbials of time such as over the course of the year, or yesterday morning, or adverbs such as now, then, afterwards, and the use of tenses were helping the reader identify or anchor rather the narrative and the narrator and the focalizer within a specific time frame. So by doing that, by looking at the deictic elements, we were focusing on the micro level, like, for example, the sentence and the paragraphs. What we're going to talk about now is how time is represented in the narrative, in the wider narrative discourse, so in the wider story. So to do that, we're going to look at what the connection is between what we understand to be, or we imagine to be, the real time that events have taken, the time when these events may have occurred, and the number of times in which they have occurred, and relate this to the way in which the time of events, the duration of events, and the recurrence of events is represented in the text. So we're looking at how long things took, when things occurred, and how often they occurred. Remember that the most comprehensive description of how time is represented in the text is found in Genette's Narrative Discourse and Essay in Method, 1980. Now, a little consideration to start with. How we experience time versus how we recount, how we tell the story of events that took place in time. Normally, we experience time in a linear fashion, chronologically. So if you imagine, for example, that you have 3 events occurring in your life, in your day, A, B, and C, early morning, midday, and early afternoon. And within each of these events, you've got a number of actions taking place. So action A and action B, you getting up, you having breakfast. Action C and action D, you going out, getting in the bus and arriving at university. Action E, you getting into the lecture theatre. Action F, you starting to make notes. So this is how you experience them, from A to C. But if you were to tell me the story of what happened to your day, what happened during your day on Friday, for example, you would probably tell me in a different way. So you will reorder those events in an order that is significant to you, based on your own personal criteria. You won't possibly tell me that you got up, then you had breakfast, then you got the bus, then you went to university. An important thing to remember that when Genette describes or presents his narratology concepts, he identifies 5 main concepts: order, duration, and frequency, all of them related to time, and then voice, remember, related to the narrator, whether it's internal, external, and protagonist, so homo, auto, and hetero, and mode, focalization. So 3 of the 5 main pillars of Genette's narratology, order, duration, and frequency, have to do with the way in which a text represents time.